Hey guys, welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. I'm Jessica, and today I have a Whip and Chat for you guys. If you're new here and you don't know what Whip stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. And what normally happens during a Whip and Chat is that you can bring out your own whips, or you could do chores, you could drive, you could just sit on the couch and listen to me ramble about what's been going on during my week. With that being said, hey, look, new start. I'm not on Where the Fun Never Ends anymore. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well today. But yeah, I'm on a brand new canvas. I started working on this pretty much at the beginning of August, but had to stop for a moment to make to kind of push myself, which is why I'm wearing these wrist brace because I pushed myself a little too hard the last few days trying to finish up Where the Fun Never Ends. And then I decided I'm going to torture myself more because, as you know, with square canvases, I do multi-place, but like when there's like, this one has like a lot of confetti. It's kind of hard to move this, but it's only two colors, but it's just like, as you can see here, it's just kind of spread out, which is funny because the rest of this whole thing was all one color. I went through let's see, let me look at this. Three, four, 5 bags of 939 already, and I got, let's see, one bag in there, and I got 5 bags left in total. So yeah, I've been going through this one color, and now we're finally starting to get into another color. So it's just it's a little bit harder, and I get a little bit nitpicky, and I need them perfectly straight. So I go with the tweezers since there's like ones and twos. When it goes to three, I go back to my multi-placer. But yeah, I'm like, oh, I want to just, my wrist hurt, might as well still doing this. But I promise it's not going to be always this one, always going to be a dark section. I'm going to try in my next Whip and Chats to always be like on a section that has a bunch of color. Even if I can't do it for that, like, if I can't, words, basically I'm going to save a section, like, so that way I always have something ready for the next week, for the next Whip and Chat. So, yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I know this is a little bit late. It's the next day for this one. So normally I have these posted on Tuesdays, and I normally record on Mondays and post on Tuesdays. But with how the school stuff is going right now, I decided to kind of wait until the kids went back to school, which was today on a Tuesday, and just post this on Wednesday for a couple of reasons. One being I won't have interruptions. I feel so guilty though. It's like, it's quiet, and I think it's just like I'm feeling. I feel guilty because it's like I'm so glad that it's quiet and that they're home because I enjoy their company. But at the same time, the last couple of days that have been just they're ramping themselves up. They gotten themselves so excited. So it's just been so loud. And it's been so hot, so I can't take them outside to do anything. So it's just like, they're stuck inside. And it's just been so loud. And like, I literally, my nerves were like on edge last night. Like, I would say probably around the afternoon. It was just like, oh my goodness, guys. It was just like, I kept telling them, hey, knock it off, lower your voices, and they were not listening. But yeah, it's been a busy week too. Plus, I just never had a chance to really sit down and do much except Where the Fun Never Ends, and that's only because I can do that while there's a lot of noise going on. It's funny because like I don't know what to do with that video. I don't know if I want to post that this week or wait till next week. I don't know if I want to split it in half because right now it's going to be 30 minutes long. Or if I want to wait and make it into two 15-minute type videos, or 16 minutes actually. If I think about it, it's like 32 minutes. So I've been trying to think about that, and I I posted as much as I could last week, but then this after that I just did a bunch of time lapse videos because, and I don't know if you can tell in the time lapse videos, I have to edit them, um, but like the kids kept running in here all the time, and the my camera's a little precarious the way I have it set up. I have a memory foam pillow because it's heavy as you know what. You being a sandbag essentially for my tripod. So like when they walk and they walk heavy, they walk like an elephant. So they thump through. The camera starts just bobbing up and down a bit because it's just a little. It's just all that movement anywhere near my desk, and they were constantly coming in my room like and going, are you doing a video? I'm like, yes, I'm doing a time lapse. Okay. I'm like, can you please make sure you're not jumping and running around? Yeah, okay. And immediately jump and run around. They immediately jump on my bed. I'm like, what did I just say, guys? I'm like, oh goodness gracious. but but yeah, it's been a busy week. Like all last week, like I said, I was just like, oh goodness. I don't even remember half the stuff. I should have wrote it down, but I was just like, I was very overwhelmed with everything that was going on. But I can probably, I guess I would can start off with a couple of things. Let's see. Was it Wednesday or? Can't think it. Yeah, Wednesday. Wednesday we was Nicole's first meet the teacher um, from school, and I thought I could be able to do dinner afterwards. Hers was like, goodness, it was starting at 4:30 or something like that, 4:30, and then ends at 5:30 for her class time, and I'm like, okay, plenty of time because the way I remember Meet the Teachers with the elementary schools was basically we had 3 period blocks. So like, well, I'll mention it after it's words. I'll mention it in a moment. But anyway, it was a completely different experience. We didn't get to do what we did at all at the elementary school, which all things considering, it is a middle school, but I feel like they did it went around it the wrong way. It sucked, honestly. And if this is the way the meet the teacher stuff is like for the next few years, like for 7th and 8th grade, I don't think I want to do that for middle school or high school, to be honest. But so we got there, and it was already a big line, a huge line, and we had to get Nicole's schedule because we lost it. I lost it. But I'm pretty sure it was Nicole that lost it because she took her schedule upstairs to call her friend all about it the week prior, and she claimed she gave it back to me, but I don't remember that. But you know what? I'll just let her have this victory. I don't feel like being stubborn about it. But she, okay, I'm gonna go to the sharper tweezers for this since it's only one. I'm only placing one at a time. Look, Mackenzie, I'm working with tweezers. We were giving her grief. So Mackenzie is Dragon Wing Diamonds, and she has a Twitch. She has a Twitch channel as well, and like she does channel points. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but she has channel points, and one of them is like to place tweezers for like place 20 drills with tweezers, or like use tweezers on one solid color and everything. And me and C and Raxify, we were all just messing around with her and just constantly like making her do this. And especially yesterday, me and C, we were just all of a sudden just random here. Although I did have to leave early. I had to leave around 11:30 to get ready for bed and everything, since I knew I was going to be dragging today, and I does dragging. But yeah, she doesn't like placing things with tweezers. And I understand that, but I'm also like I like it, but I don't like it. I don't think I could do an entire canvas again, like when I first started diamond painting. I don't think I will do another canvas single placing with tweezers. But like doing this and then going back to my pen, I can do. But yeah. Anyway, excuse me. Um, Back to orientation. No, not orientation. Meet the teacher. So we had to. We went there. We had to wait in a line, and it was hot. It was even in the evening. It was hot, and there was no shade, so that sucked. But we got in, and there was like no air conditioning inside the house, inside the school. So it was just like the halls were packed, and we were just sweltering. And I come to find out, it's literally we wait in a line for each teacher. We wait in a line. We just tell her what the kid's name is, right? Or the kid tells her their name. And then she just says, "Hi, my name is so and so. I teach this type of class." And then that's pretty much it. I was just like, so the first teacher we went to was the homeroom teacher, which, she shook Nicole's hand and told her that to take a look around the classroom. And that was the only classroom we took a look around, by the way. Well, no, okay, no, I always do that. um, but, uh, but yeah, we took a quick look and, around her classroom, and that was pretty much it. It was just like, "Hi, my name is this. I teach science. How about you go inside and take a quick look around?" And that was pretty much it. And Nicole got to see like an actual science room, and she was like, "Wow." Michael was, of course, periodic table, all this stuff. I know all these things, but the teacher didn't come inside, so she was just talking to people, letting them come in to look at the room and walk out. So I was like, okay. So when we got out, it's like, well, what's next? I guess we'll go to GT Math, right? So there's two halls. In the hall she's in, I wouldn't say in a rude way. I wouldn't say it's the smarter kids hallway. It's the kids hallway because that's what someone said to her, and I had to correct Nicole. But it's basically the hallway where all the advanced classes are. So like it's basically the gifted and talented portions. So it has all the math and science, all of that in there. So she's in GT English and math. So she has actual classes, not like getting pulled out during the math and English portion anymore. So she was we had to go into those lines as well, and we waited like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and it was just like we only saw 4 teachers out of the 7 teachers we saw. Out of the 7 teachers she has, we only saw 4 of them because it took the entire hour waiting in line just to go, "Hi, my name is so and so. I teach this class." And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this again. No. And so when we got back in the car, we were like, we were exhausted. And I forgot to tell you this. I hurt my toe too the day before. So so yeah, the day before, it was like the night before, actually. The night before, I had my phone, which is apparently a brick according to my friends. It's a brick to them. I'm like, okay. It hit like a brick. And I was sitting down. I had it in my pocket, but it doesn't stay in my pocket because it's a bit taller. And I bent over to grab something, and it slid out and smacked me right on my middle toe. And I hollered, I yelled, and I thought everything was fine until I saw blood. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. And I had to go and clean myself up, and I could not walk on that foot at all. It hurt so much. Oh my goodness. And then like having to go around and just stand in lines and do that was just agony, guys. So by the time we were done, I thought I was going to be able to cook for a household, but I was like, I don't feel like it. But I was determined to see it through. But my husband's like, don't worry about it. We're picking up KFC. I'm like, oh, that's so nice of you. You're so nice. So we got KFC that day, but we were talking about how we needed to get groceries because we were getting low on stuff, and I'm like, yeah, we really do need to place an order for pickup at Food Line. Guys, we didn't place an order for pickup until Sunday. Oh my goodness. Um, but yeah, that was Nicole's meet the teacher night. So regardless, I was not happy about that. And we went to go do meet the teacher for Michael and Jana's. We didn't know whose teacher they would be in. We got the emails from their teachers, but it doesn't say I can't wait to see Michael, or I can't wait to see Jana. And sometimes we would get postcards, from the teachers, introducing themselves. Well, this year we didn't really get a postcard, but the only postcard we got was from their GT teacher, and they got a separate one, which I thought was really sweet. Do that. And even the GT teacher, she sent a postcard to Nicole, saying that she hopes that she does well in middle school. It was so sweet. Like, just, congratulating her, and it's like, I hope you do well, and all that stuff. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. So they all got postcards from her, but, not from anyone else. So when we got there, we had to ask who went where at the front hall because we're like, because we didn't went to register. We normally register online, and then what normally happens is we also go in during registration to just check to see whose teacher is what. But this year we just didn't really bother. We just did the whole registration online. It kind of bit us in the butt because my husband had to go in yesterday anyway, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, it was like, oh yeah, Jana's teacher is this one, and she's in room so and so, and then Michael's teacher's in this one, and there's so and so. And I completely forgot that they changed it up this year. So normally it's one teacher for each, until fifth grade, and then fifth grade you have two teachers. No, they changed it up for third, fourth. So third and fourth graders now do the same thing that fifth graders do. They change classes. They have two teachers now, and I completely forgot about that. But this year is the first time that they are not side by side. It's so weird. It's like usually it's like they're either side by side. Their classes are like right next to each other or right across from each other. And this time there's a couple of rooms apart now. I'm like, oh no, they're not close anymore. And it was so funny because a lot of people kept mistaking Nicole because we brought Nicole. Oh, that was a whole bag of worms. Oh my goodness. I know, I'm skipping all over the place. So to kind of go back a little bit, Nicole was not wanting us to bring Michael and Jana to meet the teacher for her class, for her school. And we're like, well, mommy needs to come too. And if we're going to be all together. And she was just like, oh, I'm embarrassed by them, and it's like, she thought she was going to be the only one with younger kids coming in, and I'm like, no, there's other parents who's going to bring small children as well. And we pointed it out, like, seeing people with small kids all over the place. I'm like, see? And she's like, okay. We don't know what's going on with we're asking her why she's acting like this, like why she's so embarrassed by them, and we're not getting much of a response. I want to say, oh, that's just preteens and kind of thing, but it's starting to get like more. It's getting a bit more worrisome, like how she doesn't want them around at all. It's really worrisome at times. Um, so we've been keeping an eye on that. And then like when we were going to the elementary school, she's like, "Can I stay home?" I'm like, "No, you're not staying home by yourself." And it's like, and Daddy's not going to be, taking them one by one. No, we don't want to we don't want to be staying there till like 7 o'clock. It's like, no, we don't want to do that. um, but but anyway, we got to the classes, and it's just what I thought. So it's like, so to put it like this way, it's 4:30. They have it separated to 3 period blocks. So you get into the classroom, at before 4:30, and then like by the time 4:30 happens, they close the doors, and then they have like a 10-minute introduction to the entire thing about what to do. And they do this like 4:30, 5:15, and then no, 4:45, 5:15, and then 5:45. So by that way, there's like 3 chances to be able to see the teachers, kind of thing. And I feel like that goes a bit more smoothly, and it's like it's easier, but it's like I just did not like that whole waiting in the line bit thing. Oh my god, that I'm still going on about that. But I was kind of joking around because at one point from the Meet the Teachers with Nicole's thing, we did talk to a math teacher, and she mentions that, oh, Nicole's going to need like a student planner, so that way she can write down all of her homework assignments and stuff. I'm like, oh, they don't give the kids student planners. I don't know if you guys remember like those agendas and stuff like that you had in middle school and high school. Maybe it's my age showing here because I think they stopped at a certain point. But I remember those like 3D type ones where you like, when you scratch on it, it makes that little noise. And I used to mess with that around, but um but yeah, it's just like, oh, they don't give agendas out or anything like that. It's like apparently not. So I had to go and buy her a student planner, and put that in her backpack. Luckily, it came before school started, so that way she can write all of her homework assignments and stuff like that. But the funny thing is, the next day, after my husband and I went down memory lane with agendas, he didn't know what I was talking about because he graduated in '99 and I in 2005. So it's like I apparently, it was beyond his time. It's like he goes, nah, we didn't need that kind of stuff. I'm like, well, I'm like, but it happened when I was in middle school, so you still would have been in high school. He goes, no, we didn't have that. I'm like, well, whatever. But here, anyway, um, the third graders have agendas. So the teacher pulls it out. I'm in Michael's classroom. My husband's in Jana's classroom, and I'm sorry. My allergies have been out of whack because I've been outside the last few days. And I need to remind myself to mention this earlier. So yeah, they've been out of whack the last few days. So yeah, one of Michael's teachers pulls out an agenda, and it's like kind of similar to what I remember. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. So they're gonna have to be writing on their agendas because there's 2 teachers plus he has a GT teacher as well. He's going to have a lot of assignments and stuff like that. They said that they're going to try not to. That they said they weren't going to do a lot of homework. We'll see how that actually goes. But it's like basically think of it like this: Mondays and Tuesdays would be like I guess it's like social studies and math, and then like no, Mondays and Wednesdays would be like social studies and math, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays would be like English and science, kind of like that kind of thing. So that way they won't have a lot of things, and there should be like a reading assignment, but it's more like a QR code to like a question about what they read today, kind of thing. So they said that there shouldn't be like more than 30 minutes, and I'm like, they don't know my kid. Jana, to be exact, she will spend hours on one assignment if you let her. She'll just stare at it. So I was like, okay, well, we'll figure this out. We'll see what's going on. they're supposed to get their tablets either this week or next week. I don't know. Um, and they were told that they will be working on their tablets mostly. So I was like, okay. So it was a lot of more information than I got. Like we got in a lot of we got little pamphlets of meet the teacher kind of thing. And I mean, yeah, it's elementary school, but I was kind of hoping like with a middle school thing, especially since Nicole's just getting into middle school, like it's like a transition kind of thing. Or like just okay, hey, this is where the best thing to contact me. This is if you want to see the grades, this is where you want to go log on to see the grades, that kind of stuff. I was expecting more like that, not like oh QT things or anything like that. Um, so, like, when we got back, my husband's like, I don't think we have enough to make sandwiches. Because I was like, I'm going to just do something simple for the kids. And he's like, we don't have enough for sandwiches. I'm like, oh, why not? He goes, because, there's not, like, enough, I guess, enough ham or something like that. And I went to go look in the pantry. And I'm like, there's enough ham. This is enough ham for all three of them. So, they got themselves ham and cheese sandwiches for dinner that night because, like I said, I was going to do something simple. My feet were still hurting, so we did that. The kids were trying, man. The kids were trying this week to get like food, like takeout all the time. We're not doing takeout, and they were just like wanting takeout so bad. I don't know what got into them. But I am so tired of doing that to my drills. Oh my goodness. I'm going to take a sip of my water here. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's just like I said, it's just been a lot. And I finally got all the clothes for the kids. They all came in by by Sunday, and I had to do like a round of laundry. And it was funny because for 2 days straight, Michael was all like, "Laundry, we just did it. Why do we gotta do it again? It's like because you guys are not wearing pajamas anymore. You're actually wearing clothes every day, and we gotta wash them now. It's like it's a funny thing about laundry, dude. It never ends." And then Nicole did something similar like another day where I had her wash dishes, and she goes, "But you literally just washed dishes not even an hour ago." I'm like, "Yeah, same thing with dishes, just like laundry. It never ends." And it was funny because it's like, yeah, I washed dishes that was like from lunch. There was like breakfast and lunch dishes. This is dinner dishes. I want you to wash the dinner dishes. It's like that's why. um, but yeah. Anyway, so those two meet the teacher days were over and done with. I'm like, okay, but I had to wake up early because starting at 8 o'clock, Nicole had to go for her first day of orientation on Friday. And it was like 8:30 to 12, if I remember correctly. And they said lunch was also provided. So this way, she actually gets all the information that we were needing about. So, oh, thank goodness. So, there's a couple things. I'm hoping that that's a little glaring. So I think you guys remember when I talked about how our area desperately needs new schools, right? I've talked about this a lot. Like we have overcrowding like crazy, and we just got approved to be building a middle school, a high school, and an elementary school. So just so you know, we have already 2 middle schools as it is, and they're on separate sides of the area. We now are building our 8th elementary school and now our 2nd high school, right? A lot of people are starting to move in here, and I understand people don't like growth and blah blah blah, but we also need to make sure that the kids' education is still there, right? We can't just ignore kids' education and just overcrowd the schools. Well, the middle school is overcrowded. It is overcrowded bad. There was over 350 sixth graders, and they were told us, and I found out yesterday there's like over 1,000 students for just one middle school, and there's a second middle school, and there's a high school where those two middle schools combined. Um, so I came to find out the sixth graders will not have lockers at all because of how much overcrowding there is. There is no lockers available for any middle schooler, so she will have to carry her backpack to each class. And I'm just like, I hope they don't have them take books with them, because oh good god, that's going to be painful carrying, four to six books for each class. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm hoping that most of it's on a tablet. I'm really hoping, like, because I remember the books I had in school. I don't know if you guys had the same things, but I had these real thick ones, like especially for English. Like, I remember the real thick. They're like long and they're thick, and I was just like, oh, that's what she said. No, sorry. Anyway, but it was just like, I was just like, I don't know if she's going to be able to carry all of those books, honestly. Honestly, I really don't think she can. So I'm hoping it's just tablets and then maybe like a couple of workbooks, because that's going to be awful. And I asked her, like, okay, what about, when you have coats? And she goes, well, they actually have hangers in the back for our coats. I'm like, well, that's good. So she'll have a place for a coat. But geez, oh my goodness. But she got to do her entire class. It wasn't mandatory to do orientation. I felt like it was best needed just so she would get a little bit more confident. She was feeling really nervous. She was really scared, and I was just like, it's going to be okay, But I get it, it's first day, it's brand new school and all that stuff. So she did really well. She had an excellent well, I wouldn't say first day, but she had an excellent day at orientation. She was telling me about how the food was super yummy. I'm like, oh god, please don't eat us out of house and home. Please don't. She got to see her band teacher. They didn't do any of the band stuff that, for that day, but we did do that yesterday, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Goodness. And yeah, she was like just telling me like what each teacher wanted. She had to carry her backpack into each class. And that she likes some of her teachers. She's not too sure about others, that kind of stuff. The Spanish class I was kind of curious about, because I was like, you can't learn Spanish in only 9 weeks, I'm like, that doesn't sound right. I'm like, you need at least a full year of Spanish class, and even then, I only had 1 year of Spanish class, and I only know how to say a couple of words. I only know how to say my name, and it's not even my name. It's the name they gave me. Because there was like a couple of other Jessicas, and then they went, well, what's your middle name? Lynn. Okay, well, your name in Spanish now will be Linda. I'm like, I don't like this. but yeah, apparently it's not Spanish, even though it says Spanish. It's not actually Spanish. It's basically an introduction to the culture, which I'm like, okay, that makes more sense, okay? Because if she's going to be taking Spanish class, I would expect her to take at least 1 or 2 years of Spanish, instead, so she actually knows the language, not just, oh, here have 9 weeks. So I'm like, but the thing didn't say that, because I was like, okay. I'm like, okay, and it's basically, it's a whole introduction, and I'm like, okay, well, where are we talking about? Are we talking about Mexico? Are we going to be talking about Spain? What is it? And she goes, we're going to be talking about Mexico. I'm like, okay, cool. And she's like saying that what the teacher told her, that they're going to be playing games. They're going to be do a lot of quizzes. There's going to be like a lot of things about their food, about let's see, a bunch of traditions, and I couldn't hear half of the stuff she says because she was like going 50 miles an hour, so which means that she's really excited, and I'm really proud of her. So hopefully I'll get to glean a bit more information off of her later on. But yeah, she sounded like she was really happy for that. I'm like, okay. And then she started talking about French class. I'm like, yeah. I only took Spanish for a year. Mimi, my sister, she took um, she took French for 2 years, and my husband he took French for 3 years, or well 2.5 years. I don't remember. He said that he didn't want to be in French. The third year of French, they forced him to go there because of how well he was doing, but he wasn't happy about that, so he didn't want to do that. Um, but yeah, Nicole's like, no, I think I want to take Spanish when they offer the language. I'm like, okay, that's cool too. Whatever you want. Goodness gracious. But yeah, so my allergies. I've been out and about because of the kids going to, doing the meet the teachers, doing the orientation. We also went to the splash pad, which aggravated my allergies so bad. Um, so I've been like I feel like I'm coughing along half the time. And then we had a heat advisory as well yesterday, along with severe storms. So that was fun. Um, but yeah, it's just been like so. I thought we got rid of the hot weather for a minute. I should have known better. That last week was just like a haha, fooled you. Now we're back in full swing hot mess weather. I'm like, ugh. um, but yeah, we went to the splash pad. We let the kids have some fun. We let them splash a bit because we wanted them to get a little bit of their energy out because they have been acting crazy, like I've been saying. And we just wanted them to get some excess energy out. And we did that earlier in the week before we did this whole meet the teacher stuff. So I forgot to mention about that. And yeah, and my husband was able to take time off to be able to do that. But yeah, we weren't able to really take much more time off after that. To be honest, it was like it's just been a bunch of go 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 go. um, we also had to figure out how we were gonna do this whole pick up and drop off and everything too, because um, the kids' schools it starts around 7:30, and then Nicole's school starts around 8. Let's just say around about time, okay, not exact time. And then the doors open about 30 minutes for before each class, before each school. So we had to time it. So we're gonna have to time it right, and we did a good job today. And I'll talk about that too. But I want to talk about the orientation just a bit. I'm trying to think if there was anything that happened this past Saturday or not. I can't remember. I do know about that new Chrysabug that I saw. I got I wanted that Chrysabug Zodiac, so I got that one. I know I bought another diamond painting. I'm sorry. I can't help it. My husband was so sweet. He's like, you can go get it. And I made sure not to buy anything else but that one thing. So I think I'm done with that color. Oh, yes, yes. It only took me 37 minutes while I'm talking to you guys. So, I don't think I don't think we didn't really do a lot. To be honest, I was doing a lot of diamond painting up here these last couple of days just to get done because I want it to be done. I know it's not a race or anything, but I need it to be done. So, okay, needs a little bit more of this one. All right, so let's see. Monday was band for Nicole. So yesterday, goodness, yesterday was band, and Nicole had a blast. And it's so funny because I got onto the kids because she wanted to wear her new shirt, so she got to wear her new shirt. She got to wear her Gudetama shirt. So, and it's already stained. I'm like, please don't put stuff on it. Put stuff on it, right? But she had a blast, and we dropped her off, and it was so funny because Michael's like, "Where's Nicole?" I'm like, "Remember we took her to we dropped her off at band." He goes, "Oh, yeah." I forgot. And he goes right back to his tablet because there were storms around in the area. We didn't get storms until like later, but while Nicole was at school, I was getting ready to make just a quick little dinner. Um, oh, okay. I'm going to go backtrack after this. By the way, okay. Um, I just remember what else happened. So I wanted to make a quick little dinner because we did groceries on Sunday, but the kids were all kind of grumpy because we had a sleepover the night before, and yeah, that's what I forgot about. I got lucky; I didn't have to do that. um, but I didn't want to do a big dinner just in case because in case the power went out because it said severe storms and I was just more worried about the wind and wind more often than not, and we didn't get a power outage but excuse me, but close by some power lines did fall, and luckily it wasn't our area that our section of the town didn't lose power, but there was power lost in a couple other spots. So I was like, oh, thank goodness. I made like, I know that the day before we did hot dogs for the kids, but we decided to do pigs in a blanket, and then I wanted to saute the zucchini. The because we had like a bunch of zucchini, and from the week prior, and I'm surprised that they have not gone bad because I haven't had a chance to do anything with it. But it was just like they were all individually wrapped. We kind of laughed about it because we ordered like a couple of pounds, and I was expecting like smaller zucchini so that way it's easier for me to chop up. Instead, I get these four huge zucchinis, like they're thick, and I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, how am I supposed to use up all of this? And I'm just like, okay, I'll find something to do, right? So I only used one of them today, yesterday. Only one out of those four, and that fed the entire family as a side dish. So I sauteed that, put a little salt and pepper on it, and nothing too fancy. Plus I was in a zucchini mood. I'm really been like wanting to eat zucchini and mushrooms. The kids hate mushrooms. They're not my children. um, but yeah, I was getting things prepped around the house, like trying to get ready. By the way, we also finished the summer homework last week. We did it like a day after meet the teacher. I wanted one of the things was like to write a letter to your teacher, and I wanted the kids to meet their teacher before they wrote their letter. So we were officially done, and they're turning it in today. Yay! Woo! I don't have to worry about it anymore. Now I just have to worry about actual homework. That was I pushed through to get that done the last week, guys. I was like, we're gonna get this done. I mean, like, if I didn't drag my feet, and if the kids didn't drag my feet, to be honest, we would have been done a lot sooner. Um, like some of that stuff was supposed to be done by the 31st anyway, so it wouldn't have been like too long of a wait, but it's just like I kind of just dragged it a little bit longer. um but but anyway, while Nicole was in band, I had Michael and Jana take quick showers just in case before the storm hits. And then they were done with everything, and they were just grumbling at me. I'm like, guys, can you stop with it? They were like just grumbling about anything about Minecraft. They were grumbling about, let's see, it's like it was just like a lot of stuff. Like it was just like any game that they played, they were like it was just on edge. I guess first day nerves was coming up on them since it was yesterday, but it was just like, guys, just cut it out. Here, do some laundry. If you guys want to groan, here, do some laundry. But no, I had them do. I had to get on to them a little bit because they were ignoring me for a bit because I was asking them to go please put their bedding back to their rooms, and they were just like, we will. And then I come back out into the living room and it's still there. I was like, no, you guys got to pick this up. um, but yeah, my husband went to go pick up Nicole yesterday, and then came back home. But on his first trip out there, he also had to stop at the elementary school because we got a phone call. It was just like the weekly phone calls that we get, which is starting up, and now we're getting like 2 or 3 from each school. I was like, oh good lord, that's so many phone calls I gotta go through. um, but we were told it was like the email plus the voicemail said that if we don't have the car tags, that we would have to go into the office and pick them up before we can pick up our kids, at school. And I'm like, do you think you can go pick them up now? Because, I don't want to be trying to navigate that on our first day back. And he's like, yeah, I'll see what I can do. And he was able to do that. But the woman made it's so funny because last year when we went to pick up the kids, we got the tags, and they just gave us the tags with empty names, and I had to go fill out the kids' names. And this time, this woman, I guess it was a brand new woman or something like that, she watched over my husband to make sure that he didn't write anyone else's name. And my husband, I won't say bless his heart because that's mean, but he does not have particularly neat handwriting. And I felt bad for him because he's just like, he's trying so hard not to write messily, but it's a little bit messy. I'm like, why don't they have that prep for us? why don't they prep that for us? It would make more sense in my mind, but whatever. But it's done. We got that. We don't know how middle school's going to act. Like, we don't know if it's like, if we're going to get their tags or not, or if it's just like, oh, that's my parent, which kind of scares me, to be honest. um, but I guess we'll see when we get there today. um, let's see. What else has happened? But yeah, Nicole got home, and I had to go and get her to take a shower, which, she drug her feet about. I'm like, come on, kid, please, just go take a shower before the storm shows up. It's literally like 30 minutes away. Please, dinner will be ready by then. So she did go upstairs, and then I was wondering what was taking her so long as I'm sauteing the zucchini, and then I hear a squeak. I knew exactly what kind of squeak it was. I'm like, clarinet. I'm like, I haven't heard that sound in a while. But it sounded like she was practicing her clarinet. They taught her how to put her instrument back together, put it together, take it apart, how to clean it. And then they also taught her a couple of notes. So she was practicing that upstairs, and it was just like, I let her be until dinner time happened. So it was just like, practice. Go ahead and practice, kid. It's fun. Fine. I'm not gonna grumble about that. So I was just so proud of her for even attempting to do something that's out of her comfort zone, to be honest. So, but yeah, it's just like got all of them all settled down, and then we had a huge storm. It's like it came in quick after that. It was like I washed up the dishes, and then I sat down, and the storm just rolled in. And it was like it blew some stuff around. Not us though. But the day before, okay, so my husband forgot he promised a sleepover, like a big living room sleepover for the kids. He promised that we'll do that at least once before the end of summer. Like, everyone gets to sleep downstairs and all that stuff. It's the kids wanted to do something like that. So, poor guy, he had to he sleeps on the couch, so he had to like make one, like the wedge comfortable, and then the other couch comfortable, and then surprisingly Nicole just wanted to sleep on the floor. She didn't want to use the pull-out mattress at all. So they kind of went crazy because I was trying to be nice on Sunday, and I said, you guys can go build a fort. I was just trying to give them like a moment so where they could just build stuff, and I could do my time-lapse videos up here. And it was just like they didn't build their forts, guys. They were all like, yeah, let's build a fort, and then they lost interest. It was so weird. They just did not want to build a fort at all. And then it was just like Nicole started building her little um shed thing. So, and then she wanted to sleep underneath that. I'm like, oh, good lord, okay, I guess. Um, so she got to do that. Oh, I got something that I want to ask you guys. Okay, because I'm about to take a drink of water. So, um, okay, so I have um about 2 to 3 drinks next to me at all times. And I was wondering, do you guys think that's weird? Because my husband, he thinks it's weird. I normally have like a cup of coffee because it's like always this huge cup. So this big, huge cup, which can take me all day to drink. Because I don't like the taste of coffee after a while. It kind of feels like my mouth feels fuzzy. So I usually drink like water or I'll have a soda with it to kind of help balance it out. My husband's just like, that's just disgusting. I'm like, it's not like I'm taking a drink one after the other. It's like whenever I just get thirsty, I take a drink of whatever's next to me. And he's like, but no, the flavors don't mix. I'm like, I'm not mixing the flavors though. So, do you guys do something similar, or do you think that's just plain old weird? Do you think I'm just a weirdo here? Please tell me I'm not the weirdo here. I don't want to be the weirdo, guys. Please. um, I think that even after that, my husband and I will still argue about it. But anyway, sleepover. So the kids got their sleepover. Like my husband did not sleep very well that night at all. The poor guy. Apparently Michael woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and said his back was hurting because of the wedge, and I can't blame him because that wedge has like a broken spring in it, and I was really surprised he wanted to sleep on the wedge instead of like on the floor or like getting a pull out mattress or something. So my husband had to go upstairs and get the pull up mattress and the blankets with it. I'm like, oh man, poor guy. um but yeah, the kids, that's why Michael was a little grumpy. But the kids were kind of tired the next day. And meanwhile, I know some people are like, "Well, why didn't you spend time down there?" Guys, I have bad knees. I have bad hips. I would not you see a turtle on its back, that's what I would have looked like. I would not been able to sleep and wink. There's no spot for me on the floor. No spot for me on the couch. I am not I am not sleeping on the floor. I love my kids dearly. I will spend as much time as I need to with them on activities, but sleeping on the floor will not be an activity I will ever share again. I it hurts, guys. It hurts. And now that I have bad wrists to add to the equation, trying to get up is it's not possible. It will take me a good 30 minutes trying to do that. So so yeah, I don't even go sit on the couch anymore because the couch is so busted from the kids. It's an old couch. It's 10 plus old. It's 10 years plus. And like the kids did a number to it when they were little. Like just it has wear and tear. It's been well loved, and it's been well loved enough to the point that it sags, and I can't get up from that couch either. It's too low to the ground. I told my husband next time we get a couch, it needs to be higher up, so I can sit on it and then get up properly. He's like, yeah. Okay, that sounds right. And I'm like, and we need something that's going to become like a bed. Oh man. But but yeah, the kids enjoyed their sleepover. I decided to, like at a certain point because I was going to kit down and only kit down a little bit with that last on that night, but decided to go upstairs instead, and work on this. And this is the section I worked on right up here. This one, like the top corner right here. And then I started doing a little bit of this one, and then I stopped for the night. And I was like, I'm tired, and I went to bed. And then I didn't do too much over here yesterday. I was spending most of my time downstairs, kind of just relaxing, I guess, for the sake of the word. I like finished a section and then did a little bit of that yesterday, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to do too much. I want to just go and spend my time downstairs. I'm going to relax. I pulled out my cross stitch kit late last night before I went to bed, but I didn't really do too much on it. I gotta focus on it, and I can't focus too well when I'm talking to friends. So it's just like I'll just leave that there. I'll do that another time. Maybe I'll kit up another canvas or something for downstairs. I don't know. Um, I'll figure it out. um, but but yeah, then we had today. I know this is. I'm sorry, guys. This is all about my kids. um, my kids are more interesting to me. What can I say? I'm not the interesting one here. But let's see. The kids and I, let's see. We had to get ready for today. So yesterday, when I asked them to get ready, I asked them to go and start picking out their outfits so we didn't have to, fight about this, about the outfits and stuff like that. And guys, I bought them brand new clothes, okay? I bought all of them brand new clothes, right? This is sliding down. I just noticed that. I looked in the camera and okay. So yeah, I bought all of them brand new outfits, and I threw away all their old clothes. Not all of them, but a good portion of them, right? You think you want to wear your brand new outfit, right, to school, right? Right? No. Jana wanted a dress. One of her older dresses that are kind of meant for picture days and stuff like that, like not first day of school. So did that, and then Michael wanted to wear his last year's school shirt, and I'm just like, because he felt that was appropriate. I'm like, well, what about all the brand new shirts that you just got? Nope, we want to wear the brand new. We want to wear the old school shirt. I'm like, and then Nicole, she's like already wearing all of her new clothes, and I'm like, please don't stain them, please, you're a messy eater. And I don't know, I thought I raised her, but apparently not. Someone else must have raised her, because she acts like she lives in a barn sometimes. And I'm like, kid, you can't be that messy, please. Please. But she has the habit of dropping stuff like I do. So she made a mess of her shirt already. I'm like, kid, come on. I just bought that. I just bought it. Please don't. So I'm trying to get the stain out. I don't know if I can. I'm trying. I'm scrubbing at it. I'm just cringing because it's grape jelly on a yellow t-shirt. And it's a thin yellow t-shirt, so it's just like it's staying there. It's her Gudetama shirt. Um, but yeah, today, oh my goodness, we woke up at 6 o'clock. Okay, so I've been practicing getting up every day, like 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock was the week before, 7 o'clock was last week, and then I was like, okay, we're ready. 6 o'clock. I was not ready. I mean, I got up, but I was not happy about getting up, guys. Excuse me, I am so sorry. But but yeah, the kids got up. They kind of groaned. Jana was actually up and at it. She was like, "I'm ready." Michael was just like, "Can I have 5 more minutes?" I'm like, "Nope, get your butt up." And we did a pretty good job. We dropped the kids off. We left right where we needed to. We dropped the kids off. Uh, right before school, like it's like right after the school doors opened for them, and then we drove to Nicole's school, and it wasn't, the school doors weren't open yet, but we timed it perfectly, guys, because 10 minutes after we pulled in for Nicole's school, it got packed. Like the line was just crazy, like crazy long. So we were able to drop her off without any issues, and we went home, and we were like, oh, 30 minutes altogether. Hopefully that's good for mornings. I do not know how the afternoons are going to be, because we're going to have to leave in about an hour and a half, and I have to figure out how bad this is going to be. I will let you know next week though, because uh yeah, I'll have about a week's worth of drop offs and pickups by that time. And then I can tell you guys how horrible it is. I'm scared though. I really am, because when we went to pick up the kids for orientation, when we went to pick up Nicole for orientation, it took 20 minutes to pick her up. We left right as the right before the school let out at 12, and we went to go pick her up, and it was 20 minutes of waiting just to get to her. I was just like, holy cow. And this is just for 6th grade. What is it going to be like when the 7th and 8th graders get in? Oh no. I'm not I don't want to know, guys. I don't want to know, cuz I'm scared. I'm scared for today. um but yeah, we did well. And then, like, I meant to go and start recording this. I was like, okay, we're going to do this. But my husband's like, just go lay down. We're both tired. Let's just go take a nap. And I'm like, a nap sounds good. I like that idea. So we both took a nap. We passed out. Our heads hit the pillows and we were out like a light. we were dead to the world. But yeah, I didn't wake up until, I would say, about 10:30. I was just like, oh wow, this is what it's meant to catch up on sleep again. I hope I don't try and always choose a nap though, because I really would like to get more work on this. And now that I feel like I have more of a limited time compared to when all 3 kids were in the same school. I feel like my time's a little bit more crunched in, because now we gotta focus on going to a second school and then also doing pickup and as well. So my husband says that I can just stay home through it all, but you know what? I want to join in. I want to be there. I want to raw with my kids. Um, and as much as I I'm feel guilty and I'm enjoying the quiet. I am. I also miss them a lot already. I'm like, man, it is too quiet here. It doesn't feel right anymore. um, but I think I'm enjoying the fact that there's not as much fighting, but I do miss them being around right now. But I'm hoping that they're having a blast. I really am. Um, and hopefully this is the last of me talking about getting ready for school and, doing all the school stuff. Now you get to hear me complain about the teachers. I'm not kidding. I won't be complaining about the teachers. But you get to hear all sorts of things that the kids say to me. hopefully I have like good news that the kids enjoy themselves. Next week I'll be like, yeah, everyone had a blast. Or I could go, guys, apparently school's awful. Also, I will be getting, I guess I'm going to talk a little bit before, about what my plans are. So, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to, make my time-lapse video, be like one big time-lapse video, or if it's going to be 2 separate ones. And if I'm going to have that released this week. I figure I was going to give myself a little bit of a buffer before I start my next time-lapse videos. I wanted to work on flower delivery. But I will have an unboxing at least this week, even if I don't post a time-lapse. I've been wanting to unbox this one thing, but I haven't had a chance to, because of how chaotic the house has been. And now that it's kind of, like, as I said, it calmed down a bit, I'm going to probably see about doing that tomorrow in the morning, to start doing that video. So I'll have that probably released, I would say, about Friday at least. And I don't know what else I would be planning later on this week. I would like to try and get some unboxings put up, but I don't know if I can do too much more. I'm exhausted, guys. I want to kind of also rest a bit and get into swing of like how this school schedule is going to be though. Before I do leave, I do have like stuff that you see here. Oh well, except for this little thing. because this is what Mackenzie made for me. I will have a list of things that I bought down below. I know that people have been asking about this little tool that I use to open up my Elizabeth Ward containers. I do have a link for that, but yeah, I will have. And if I don't have a link for it, just remind me. But yeah, I've started accruing a collection of stuff. I've gotten a little bit too much. I think I'm slowing down on it though. Anyway. I'm rambling now. I'm actually rambling, so I'm going to cut myself off here. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!